All right, guys. All right, guys. So Jazzy Jeff, what up? What up? Yeah, man. I apologize for the confusion. For whatever reason, I scheduled this live stream. You guys had a link to it, but when I go to my channel on YouTube and I go to look at, I go to look at the options for scheduled live streams, it's not showing up. It's only showing one from like last year. Why it's doing that? When I go to, the desktop site for YouTube and look at it, it's showing up there for me to go to it. But because I'm on the phone, it won't let me start a live stream from Chrome. It tells me I need a desktop browser. So it's, like I said, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to help everybody get in here. A second. What up? What up? Chris, what's going on? He said E-Rick. Yeah, that's a real thing. Somebody looked at my name and pronounced it like that. Eric didn't come to mind, even after we told him it was Eric. Yeah, like, so is it Eric or E-Rick? Yeah, what up, Mark? Appreciate you for stopping through. Hey, baby, what's going on? Yeah, man, if y'all see anybody on the other link, y'all could tell them that there's another link to the actual video. I'd appreciate it. Want to do a sound check too. I'm actually using the Galaxy Buds Live. So if y'all could give me a little feedback on the audio, let me know how it sounds, let me know how the video looks. Trying out a new spot. I'm kind of worried, it's real bright today, and I do not want this phone to overheat. I'm filming on the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, so we'll put it through its paces, see how it holds up with this Alabama sun. Phone Tech at Work comes in here, spouting lies, talking about Xbox Series for the win. Sounds good. Appreciate it. What up, Big Dog? What up, Harrison? Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. Try to be consistent. I waited for a while, and every Tuesday, 11:30. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna rock out. I feel like it's a good time slot, but it's also difficult, which I think is why you don't see a lot of other people streaming during these times. But it's COVID. People need a little break during the day. I felt like this was a good time to bring it back, and kind of in a situation where I should be able to hold this spot down consistently. M. Schaefer, what up, cuz? Say you don't miss that heat. Yeah, we'll see how we'll see how I do, man. Because it was actually in the 50s this morning. It's just the sun is bright. It's actually not that hot. Let's see. Brizzy 2121 says that the Rover. Yeah, that's the Rover, man. But yeah, I figure we'll give people a couple more minutes. So we got about 8 people on. And so in case you didn't know, since I had to start a new link, the thumbnail, isn't tracking, but we recently had Samsung season start, and pretty much all the products out in the field now. You got the Galaxy Bud Lives, you got the Tab S7s, they're in the field. You got the Z Fold 2s in the field, you got the Flips, you got the Notes, you got all of that. So yeah, Samsung season is in full effect. Apple season, we thought it was going to be iPhone season, but it got pushed back. I don't know exactly why, but they released everything but the iPhones. So I don't know if it was production limitations or what. But supposedly the iPhones are coming out mid-October, around that time. So all y'all Apple people, hold on, it's coming. Phone Tech says audio is good. I hear some muffling in the background. Yeah, man. So I'm in the truck. I got the AC going. It's not blasting, but You know, if I need to turn it off and sweat a little bit, we can do that. Just give me some feedback on it. All right, yeah. So here's some feedback about the AC. I'll go ahead and pop it off. Let me know if that helps out. See, Bridgie2121 says he just bought the Note 5G Ultra. So far, it's good. Yeah, man, it's a solid phone. It's room for improvement, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Um, but it's solid. It does anything you want it to do, and it does most things pretty well. Obviously, some room for improvement. I think the battery life is the biggest area, especially just when you got a phone that has that many features and all of that stuff. It's hard to balance, right? So I don't know internally what Samsung has going. They have some weight, some target weight to them that is, once you hit this weight, it's just too much, at least in the flagship line. And the battery size is 4,500 milliamp hours. Anywhere else, it's anywhere else that would be plenty of battery. But I think that just because of the way the Note runs, you got so much extra hardware in there. It's hard to balance that battery life because you only optimize so much. And Samsung has created their own suite of battery optimizations and all of that stuff for their devices. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man. So what I'm gonna do since I had to turn the air off, guys, give me some feedback. I'm just gonna crack a couple windows because it's heating up in here real quick. And if y'all hear any weird noises or it gets to be too much, let me know. But just so I don't pass out live on stream. But yeah, so just to get things going, if any of you have picked up any Samsung devices, go ahead, drop that in the chat. Let me know which one you picked up. And also, if you're going to pick up an iPhone, let me know which one you want, because we'll touch on both of those today pretty quickly. If you have any questions about any of the Samsung devices either, let me know. Like I said, feeling on the Note 20 Ultra. Got the Galaxy Buds Lives in my ear. Got the Tab S7 Plus, the big boy. Got all the Samsung stuff on deck. All right, so Phone Tech says Z Fold 2 gang. Yeah, man, you walking around real timid right now. Cause I heard that all the cases have been back ordered for that. But it looks dope. I've yet to ever hold any Fold device, either one of them. Scales and more, what's up, man? Appreciate you for stopping through. Says, what service am I using? I'm actually using T-Mobile prepaid, $50 a month. It's one of the few prepaids that isn't ridiculous. It's unlimited everything. Because it's T-Mobile, they don't do the whole prioritization thing, like if you own like an MVNO. So I get full T-Mobile speeds, and you get 5G without any extra cost. Now it is the T-Mobile 5G, which people kind of debate about. It's not the millimeter wave that Verizon is using, which is supposed to get you like stupid speeds. But I mean, I've sat in the parking lot and pulled down 200 megs. So Mark says Fold 2 on deck. Man, y'all some ballers, man. I need to get like y'all. Yeah. Okay, so you say it's streaming pretty good. Hey man, this is kind of a test, man. I got strong 5G bars. I want to see how it was gonna hold up. My other, like I said, the thing I'm really concerned about is the Note overheating, because I'm streaming on 5G. I'm out here in the sun. We'll see how it holds up. So if it just shuts down, that's because it overheated, and I have to find another, some other solution. Maybe switch vehicles, because the air in this truck, man, it blows so loud, man. So I understand it feels kind of troubling y'all. Let's see. What up, Sean? He says, what up? Big Dog says he has the leather case for a Z Fold 2. So you got the OEM one from Samsung, or is there a third party case, or which one is that? Oh, and also, um, in case y'all are curious, I don't know if y'all are tired of it already, but I did get to play with the Microsoft Foldable, the Surface Duo. Played with it a couple times. So if you guys have any questions on that, if I can answer them, I will. I didn't actually, I don't have one, so my ability to answer is going to be kind of limited. But if y'all want to know, well, I'll just give y'all my impressions on it. Initial impressions, great hardware, very solid design. It has that kind of classic Surface minimalism. When it's opened, it feels like it's noticeably thinner than anything else you've held, like any other device, any other screen. Because you think holding an iPad or a tablet, like this is like a big pane of glass. It feels really thin, but then the Duo, those individual screens are super thin. Folded together, it's still really thin. It's real wide, so it's kind of awkward to hold. The software is what it is. I think it's defaults into Android's tablet mode on a lot of stuff, so you get all the pluses of Android tablet mode and all the minuses. And the minuses being there aren't that many apps that are optimized for tablet mode. But the real problem is tablet mode doesn't care about dual screens either. So you'll get it stretching stuff across both screens, and the big kind of gap in the middle comes into play sometimes on content. All right, Big Dog says here's the OEM from Sammy. Yeah, I saw that Easy put up a video saying that Verizon has the cases now, so and they have a discount. I will say the crazy thing is that case is like 70 or 80 bucks, and it's literally just like a little sliver of leather for the back, nothing else. So I don't know. That's kind of high, but if you got a $2,000 phone, like Easy said, you got to pay to play. So even after you pay for the phone, you're still paying for the accessories. Yeah, man. So is anybody interested in getting the iPhones? I'm just curious. Or what do y'all know about the iPhones? Because it's gonna be a whole lineup of them. I got a couple of iPhone people in here. Yeah, so my cuz M. Schaefer says I might. Sound a little unsure about that. Mark says nope. Night Tech was good, man. Scales of Moore says the big cheap one. Yeah, Judge Jeff says stick with my Note 20 Ultra and iPhone 11. Yeah, Mark says the same as the 11. Night Tech says, see you got them Buzz Live. Yeah, man, trying them out. The mic's almost supposed to be pretty good, so I'll be listening back. As far as other stuff, I can only wear these for probably about maybe an hour before my ears start throbbing. I don't know if it's because I'm just not used to having, things touch in my ear where these touch, or if it's a design or something I get used to. I want to turn them out for a couple of days, but audio-wise, I don't really. They're cool, but they're just too, open back for everything I like to do. Safer says I'm probably gonna stick with my 11. Yeah, I say Apple's kind of at a point now where they've held back on doing so much that now they don't have to change a lot, like with the iPads. They came up with the iPads, and the fact that the iPad and the iPad Air have all had the same design since the inception of the iPad, which is basically, 4x3 screen, thick bezels top and bottom, and a button on the bottom. Then now the fact that they've actually gone to a bezel-less tablet, not a bezel, a buttonless tablet with small bezels, which is how every screen has looked for the past. I'm trying to think of the last time you had screens with hard buttons on them, like 2015, 2016. So now that they've done that, the iPad Air has like a new lease on life, and they're offering it in colors, which that's nothing. But they're gonna fly off the shelf. They're gonna fly off the shelf now because people can now match up the tablet with the the watch or watch bands or all that stuff because they've only offered like the gray and the silver or whatever. So I don't know. Apple's gonna kill this year. Nighttech says he has the red pair of the lives. Yeah, I saw the red pair, man. They look real, really like kidneys. Then, well, I think the Mystic bronze are more like kidneys, but yeah, the reds are interesting. Like I say, these if they weren't shiny, I'd feel them a little bit more. This is the Mystic Black, but I guess Samsung trying to make them fancy, you know. Big Dog says I purchased it on Verizon. I'm the one who told everyone about it. Oh yeah, yeah. Easy did say that you put them on game about the Verizon. Yeah, that's true. He says I'll probably get the new iPhone. Yeah, man, they're gonna have a whole lot of them. Not a whole lot, but to my knowledge, they're gonna have basically like a 12, basically like a small 12. They're gonna have a big 12. And they're gonna have a small Pro and a big Pro, if I'm not mistaken. So this is gonna be the first time they've had a big, inexpensive version. So I think that one's probably gonna be the one that sells the most. Pricing, I have no idea, but like I say, if they do the same, if they put out, at this point, this is a no-brainer, right? If they put out at least one series of iPhones that have matching colors that match the iPads and match the the Apple Watch SEs or the Apple Watches, I mean, it's gonna be a no-brainer. Like people are gonna be like, I have to get the new color. Like I gotta match the colors. Like that's just that's just basic marketing. People in the ecosystem like having matching stuff. I don't know why everybody else hasn't figured that out, but it is what it is. But yeah, man. So something kind of switching gears a little bit. Something interesting happened. So switching to the Tab S7 Plus for a second. I got it in, and and I got my kind of initial impressions going up of it. But this is the most important Android tablet to be released. The reason why I say that is because no matter who the manufacturer is, everybody's put out Android tablets with good specs, but nobody's like locked on to the iPad Pro and went for it, right? So the things that make the iPad Pro kind of what it is, of course you got the specs, the internals, and that's, I feel like the iPad Pro is overpowered, but the display, the 120 hertz refresh rate, the pen input are two major differences between the iPad Pro and anything else. And for the first time, the Tab S7 Plus is actually going toe-to-toe with it. Now you just kind of have a software deficit, which, it is what it is. Samsung can't do anything about that, but they're doing everything they can. They're getting exclusive partnerships with different software manufacturers. You have 6 months of free Clip Studio. I'm not an artist, but watching some reviews of artists, they say that's kind of a big deal. And they've added in a lot of, note-specific features to Samsung Notes, which is supposed to make it even more powerful. But touching on that, you got a big screen and you need a case. So, of course, with Samsung, you get all these goodies and stuff like that. I ordered the book cover. And as I was walking out to my car, the FedEx lady met me at the steps with the book cover. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it for you guys and kind of give you my first impressions of it. They've improved a lot of things about this cover over the ones for the S6. The biggest problem I saw with the S6, I didn't get one, but people said the magnet on the back, or the way it's going to, the way that it attaches to the tablet has been improved a lot. So go ahead and start over here. And so one thing I like about Samsung's tablets is the material. It's like a faux leather vinyl kind of material, so should be pretty durable. You can wipe it down with a towel or something like that. So this is the keyboard. So the big improvements over any other Android tablet, well, any other Samsung tablet, is the size of the trackpad, the inclusion of the trackpad. It feels pretty good. It actually has a physical button that you can click, so you're not stuck just tapping. And the back portion, the biggest improvement, if you remember on the S6, the Tab S6, they had like some combo. It was like magnetized on one part, and they had like an actual suction cup sticky part at the top. So all of this is magnet. This whole slab right here is going to attach to the back of the tablet. Go ahead and show you guys that right now. So the back of the tablet, line it up and it sticks. And it has a little kickstand on the bottom. And I can adjust the kickstand with one hand. I got to hold the tablet, of course, but that's how strong the magnet is staying on the bottom, that I can adjust the kickstand. The kickstand is almost infinitely adjustable. It just kind of stays wherever you put it, if you can see that. So that's one thing that I like. The other thing I like is that you can rock just the back. So if I don't want the keyboard, I can have the keyboard around, and then when I want it, I can attach them, and now I'm ready to rock out. And it does make it, it does add a little bit of weight. But for the screen size, the capability, I think that this is great. And then when I'm ready to just kind of do what most people do on the tablets, which is just consume some media, I got my back covered, and I got a kickstand I can adjust, and I can rock out doing whatever. And they also have a flap for the S Pen, because the S Pen charges along the back side. If you notice, mine is empty. I have no idea what an S Pen is, and I use my S Pen like every day, all day. I don't know if I set it down somewhere. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to break down and buy another one because it's driving me crazy. Just because I was actually learning all of the S Pen gestures and features, and they're pretty useful. So I'm going through a withdrawal, not having my S Pen. I kind of been using the one from the Note, and there's a setting you can turn on in all the tabs and the Note devices where you have the option to use an additional S Pen. So I've been able to use it, but it's not paired up to the tablet, so I can't use any of the gestures, but you still can write and navigate and all that stuff. So yeah, and I'll be having my video with my initial impressions and kind of walking through the case as well, going up on my channel. Right now I just uploaded a video about the Galaxy Buds Live. It's kind of my first impressions. Like I said, they're cool, they get the job done. 160, I would probably still go for the Buds Plus at a cheaper price, just because the only thing you're paying for is the ANC at 160 for the Buds Live. And it's not good. Like, I don't know, I've been trying to find somebody to kind of make me understand what Samsung's goal with the ANC was, like who the target audience was. You have some devices where it's like, I don't know, they have short battery life, but they're designed for like a certain crowd. Like, oh, it gets great audio quality, but the battery's bad, or what the compromise is, what the point of it is. Right now, it's a joke. I don't know if it's if they're gonna put out an update that makes it better. But at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to, because they are so open. Like, they don't actually go into your ear canal. They can't block sound. So it's almost impossible for them to, to give you any isolation with a software switch. So I don't know. I think it's terrible, to be honest. Like I said, outside of the fit, they're cool. But like I say, for me, after about an hour, I'm kind of, it's kind of getting old for me. But let's see. Oh, what up, Uno Nice? He says, yo, I tried to pre-order an Xbox Series X. What a mess. Jazzy says, only paid $20 with the $150 credit from Samsung. Can't beat that. Yeah, I picked these up. I had a $200 credit from Samsung. So so I kind of gamed them a little bit. So I created my Tab S7 order, and I used the education discount, created the order, canceled the order. And when you cancel an order, a pre-order, sometimes they'll send you a 10% off coupon to kind of give you motivation to recreate the order. So I canceled it, but I was going to recreate it anyway because it had the wrong shipping address. So I canceled it, and then they hit me immediately with the 10% off. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I had the 30 off, I had the 10% off, had the student discount. I'm trading in my Tab S4. So the lives were basically free for me. And I think I paid like $60 for the case. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about this keyboard cover. Um, this keyboard cover for the 12.4 inch is 200, I think, $30 or something like that. So they're definitely swinging for Apple with the prices at least. But yeah, I think I got it for like 60 or $64 after all my discounts and all of that. So yeah, man, if you cannot pay full price, do that. Let's see. Yeah, so when I said the Xbox pre-orders are a mess. So seriously, on a serious tip, I don't see how it could not be, because you're doing basically, online only for the most part. Um, those websites they're not ready for that type of traffic. Those systems aren't. Even Best Buy, like with the PS5 and stuff like that. And then there's just so much hype. You got the fear of COVID. You got everybody at home, um, for the most part. And then there's just this fear of lack of inventory, right? Nobody's come out and said, yeah, we'll have plenty. It's been the opposite of that. So I think you have even more hype, because the PS5 pre-orders were through the roof. And the PS5 is, the most expensive console PlayStation has launched. And it's like the pre-orders have, overshot all the past consoles. So I think that goes to show that there is a lot of FOMO with people in regards to trying to get their hands on these consoles. Especially, you see people online trying to sell pre-orders for the console. They don't even have the console. They went online, got a pre-order, and I'm trying to sell the pre-order for like $800. I'm like, man, people are hustlers, man. Let's see. Yeah, so Jazzy just said that I grabbed the Watch 3. I didn't, man. I got my Frontier, my S3 Frontier Edition. It's still rocking. There are really no, feature-wise, there are really no benefits. Unless they come out and they're like, yeah, there's a whole new suite of apps that'll work with your watch. Outside of that, it's just a notification tunnel. Like, it just lets me know when I get notifications. I might reply back to a text on it or something like that, but I mean, functionality wise, there's no benefit. I mean, the screen, don't get me wrong, the screen is, a little bit bigger on it, on the bigger version. That's nice, but as far as what I'll do with it, it's the same. Like I said, unless one falls in my lap or something like that, I'm not interested. I don't care about my blood oxygen level. I say I'm gonna use Samsung Health, but then I really don't. So yeah, man, it's wild. Let's see. Six Lewis says PS3 debuted at $599. Is PS3 $599? I don't know. I was in college back then, so maybe that's why I didn't. I don't know if I looked at that $599 one. Was the base one $599 or just the big one? I thought just the big one was $5 and the little one was like $450 or $4 or something like that. But Six Lewis says he got both because of fear of scalpers, and the scalper fear is real. I'll let you know that. I think Samsung tried. I mean, not Samsung. Sony tried to negate that a little bit by basically making it so they created their own pre-order system. So I got an invite to it, and literally, like, you click the link, like, you have a time that you're scheduled to go in, you click the link and you drop into a queue. And when I got in the queue, I was like third in line. And when it's your turn, the screen just updates and it's like, hey, you're in the store. Pick, feel free to pick what you want, pick whatever console, pick the accessories, and check out, and you're done. And there's no, tapping this F5, all of that stuff. I think that's kind of how most of these, stores are going to have to start doing. That's the smart thing to do, to limit traffic, to give people a better experience, because Sony has no control over Best Buy saying, okay, pre-orders are ready, and everybody rushes on the Best Buy site, and it just starts crapping out. Like, you got everything in your cart, you're hitting checkout, and it's just locking up, it's spinning, it's freezing. Sony has nothing to do with that. So that's going to be something for the future. Just kind of as we move to a more digital world, to be honest. But yeah, and Microsoft kind of came out making it seem like they were going to have some control over that. According to Uno Nice, they haven't. I haven't seen any headlines on it, but that's just something you can't control as a hardware manufacturer. You know how the third party stores are gonna handle things. Let's see. So Android Stud, what's going on, Stud? Say he sold his pre-order to Forbes. Are you talking about your PS5 pre-order? Clarify for me, brother. But he also says he needs big phone and big watch. Blind as a bat. Hey man, look, I don't wear glasses because it's cute, man. I wear these because I can't see. I always tell people, you see me without glasses, you need to go the other way because I'm about to tear something up. I cannot see at all. These are not a fashion statement. But yeah, like I said, I will say the first time I saw the watch, the new one, the first time I popped the screen on, I was kind of like, man, it looks like a phone. It looks like a Note quality screen, like the brightness on it, the clarity, and then it's just bigger than any screen you've seen on a watch. So, well, probably not bigger, but of more watches more recently, it's noticeably bigger than the other screens. Like I said, which is cool, but I mean, I'll be rocking the exact same watch face, you know. I do the same stuff. It won't enhance my life. Now they came out and they said, yeah, only with this new watch can you do, you know, you got new app plugins, it ties into new apps, gives you more functionality. You know, that's not the case though. And I feel like Samsung's kind of lost focus on it. They're not really cultivating that because they have no competition. I mean, really. I mean, Android Wear has been without any direction for a while. You know, they got a bazillion watches. You know, if you want an Android Wear watch for every day of the week, you can do that. But you know, as far as performance, those are kind of the complaints I always hear about Android Wear watches still. You know, batteries kind of bad, kind of sluggish. Updates are few and far between from Google. You know, that's why I don't really mess with Pixel devices like that. Because Google is very modest and moderate with their updates. They don't really, add a bunch of new features like that. But yeah, man. Trying to think of what else. Oh, so has anybody pre-ordered any of the new Apple Watch 6 or the Watch SE or the new iPad or iPad Air? Is anybody going to rock out with those? And I got a question. I heard this posed too. They said that the new iPad Air basically kills the iPad Pro. Like it leaves it dead in the water. There's no reason to get an iPad Pro at this point. What do you guys think about that? I'll tell you what I think. I think it don't matter. I think you got people that are. I think that the iPad Pro was never a value proposition. I think it was always a bad value proposition. Like, there's never a time I looked at the price of an iPad Pro and be like, yeah, because of X, Y, Z or ABC, it's worth the price. So that makes me feel like people aren't basing why they buy the iPad Pro on price. They're basing it on other stuff. Maybe they're like Stud. Maybe they're old, eyes going out on them. They want a bigger screen as possible. You know, that could be it. And the iPad Air definitely isn't going to provide that. I will say that the iPad Pro, the 11-inch, is dead. You know, there's absolutely no reason to buy that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I think the Apple stuff's gonna sell regardless, no matter what you do. Yeah. So my wife was so in case you guys don't know, my wife has an iPad Pro, the 2021, the 12.9 inch, so the big dog. She says she's gonna have to test out the pen input because she does some calligraphy and some, hand drawing and stuff like that. So I let her test out the pen as best as I can. I can't even find my pen, man. I'm devastated. But she'll test out the pens between the iPad and the Tab S7 Plus and give me some feedback. Because to me, my chicken scratch looks just as good on the iPad as it does on the Samsung devices, but she's a little bit more intricate when it comes to that for me. So Six Lewis says I'm rocking my iPhone X and my Series 3 till the wheels fall off, and my 9.7-inch iPad Pro. I'm gonna do the exact same things on the new products. Yeah, hey, I feel you, man. That's the other part of Apple, right? If you aren't like either you feel like you have to have the latest, or you keep your stuff forever. Like I have homies who have Apple products, they don't even know what version they have, right? They just have a Apple product. Um, and really, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, you see a screen with icons. If you got an iPhone 8, right, you're still getting updates on it. That phone looks nothing like the new iPhones. If you don't care about the looks, you don't care about, oh, I don't have a button. I have, the Face ID. At that point, you're just buying your Apple product and you're keeping it forever. And so Apple is going to have to, I think they're going to have to eventually start doing more trade-in stuff. I know they're doing the financing, which is kind of the next step to lower that that barrier to entry into the ecosystem. But I was listening to a statistic the other day, and they were saying that Apple has a 70% retention rate with people that own 2 or more Apple products. So basically you're a 70, the likelihood of you leaving Apple once you have 2 or more products is only 30%. That's a huge it would take a lot to get somebody to leave 2 Apple products. I have a homie who, kind of went all in. He was all Apple. And when the Note stuff came out for Samsung, he went all in. He got the watch, he got the buds, he got the Note. And it is, in his honest opinion, he was straight up. He was like, the phone is amazing. He was like, I could spend, days just kind of tinkering and going through and playing with all the settings and all of that. But he said the biggest problem for him was the watch. And I couldn't lie. I couldn't argue with that. Like the watch it's kind of stagnant. It's been like I have the Series 3. My wife, she has the watch, the Active 2. And outside of a design change, like I said, the screen looks better. But as far as functionality, it's the same, the same widget, same weather widget, same health widget. You're really refined to just stuff that Samsung offers. And they hadn't really been forging ahead like they said they were when they first came out with the watches. Because for them, they came out on Tizen, or they came out with Tizen for the Watch OS, which basically meant that unless a developer specifically was going to put in the work to create a companion app in Tizen for the Android app, that it'd be up to Samsung to create some sort of way for you to install the app on your phone, and it just automatically kind of generate some sort of basic templatized gear app, and they haven't done that because that's essentially what Android Wear does. Like when you're developing an Android Wear app, there's a little checkbox like, do you want Wear functionality? You check the box, and it just generates a little Android Wear component. Yeah, man. Like I say, Stud, I use my pen. Like I've had my pen in my hand the whole time. I use my pen, you know, all the time. I have no idea what that pen is. But I do have 2 little people and a dog. I feel like the littlest one picked it up and stuck it somewhere where only little people can see or get to. But I've been tearing up our apartment. And so that's why I say I'm kind of slowly accepting the idea I'm going to have to buy another one, man. Stud says my wife will find it. Lose my Apple Pencil all the time. Yeah, man, I'll misplace my pen from time to time, but usually it's on me. And the way I torn it up, man, it's my fear is it was either down the toilet or in the trash. To me, them the only 2 places it can be. So, yeah. Stud says, damn, hope you find it. Heard good things on the Samsung pen. Yeah, the pen is for so once you get into something that you can actually use kind of as a laptop, the pen actually gets incredibly useful because you can use it to navigate. Like that was that was a feature that was in older Samsung Note products where you could, use like little gestures to just navigate through the UI. You can go back, go home, pull up recents, swipe through lists and stuff like that. Um, but the thing is, with your phone, you're not going to sit your phone that far away from you, right? It's always going to be an arm's length, so it's always just more convenient because you're holding your phone to just use your hand. But when you got a 12.4-inch display with a case with a kickstand on it, now you can sit it back at a more comfortable place, and you can just kind of chill and just like literally like it just takes like gestures about this size. So if I want to go back, go to recents, go home, I want to take a screenshot, I want to make a note. Like it doesn't take a lot of motion to activate the gestures. They're pretty consistent, and they've actually, like I said, I can't really demonstrate it because I don't have my pen. But this is something that I used to turn off. So you guys might not be able to see it, but there's a little, see how I can do this. So you guys can see that little pen icon there. And so that actually, when you're doing your gestures, it'll actually change and give you feedback on your gesture. So if you do a gesture, it shows the gesture that it thinks you did and lets you know whether it was successfully input or not. If it doesn't know what you did, like if you're on a app or something that doesn't support that gesture, it'll give you feedback for that. It'll give you a little sad face or I don't know face. It's pretty cool. Easy Computer Solutions, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for stopping through. I was talking about your video earlier about the Z Fold 2 case. Big Dog's in the chat. He said you gave him a shout out in there and put him up on the case. Yeah, man. How much was that case again? Was it like $79 or something like that from Verizon? I know you get the discount, but man, you throw the word leather on something, man, and people get crazy with the price. I'll say that for sure. But yeah, man. So I'm actually going through a withdrawal, not having this pen. Like I can't believe it. So, all right. So we are 42 minutes in, and I just got the notification that my device is overheating. So that's not bad. That's a lot longer than I thought that it was gonna be able to make it. Like I said, I got the sun. Like it's not in the windshield, but it's on top of the steering wheel. So sun shining down. Streaming 5G. It held up for over 40 minutes doing that. I don't know. I don't think that's too bad. It's not an LG. No, they overheat real easy. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short before it just cuts off on me. But like I said, Tuesdays 11:30 a.m. Central Time. This will be the spot. I'll try to figure out what happened. I'll do some more test runs. Try to figure out why the